Go to Peter on the Gold Coast now. Hello, Peter.
Good morning. Pardon my voice, I'm a bit hoarse.
That's right.
I'm a member of a golf club on the Gold Coast, and I've had an injury there which put me in hospital for 8 weeks.
Ooh.
And I've been a member for years, and when I join, and each renewal there are various fees you pay, including insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the insurance I have just cited, and compared to the injuries I have, is absolutely minuscule. Am I bound by the terms and conditions, without having seen them, that the golf club has entered into on the insurance?
No, in a word, but let me explain that a little bit better. So, whether or not the club is liable to you for your injury is separate to whether or not they have insurance and what the insurance says. So the insurance policy is an agreement between the club and the insurance company that in certain circumstances the insurance company will step in and be responsible for whatever the club is responsible for. That's separate to you, and it's commonly misunderstood this. So you might be having the club saying to you, "Oh, well, look, sorry, our insurance just doesn't cover that, so bad luck." Those two things are quite separate. So the liability of the club can certainly be liable to you, and the insurance company say, "We don't cover that, that's not us," and you can still recover from the club. So they're two completely separate issues. The issue for you is to determine whether or not the club has a liability to you. So there are three parts to that. Please don't mention the club, but it depends on how you were injured and what happened. So, does the club owe you a duty of care to keep you safe on the premises? Answer.
May I interrupt a second?
Yeah, sure.
I have asked them to produce evidence of safety, and they have come back and said there is no evidence that you were not safe.
Yeah, that's the wrong test. So they've turned that upside down. Yep. Yeah, no, they will owe you a duty of care to keep you safe from extraordinary injury. You accept that on a golf course, balls are whizzing around, and
I was actually hit by a cart.
Oh,
in rain.
By a cart. Okay.
As I walked out of my shed. Within half a metre, I was bowled over and finished up under the cart.
Oh, gee.
So is that the individual that's driving the cart at fault?
The individual driving the cart has a responsibility, and also the club might have a responsibility depending upon how they've laid out the premises. So if the passage of that vehicle past where you were standing is a dangerous area and they should have taken some precautions to prevent you, if that was a foreseeable injury, then the club may be responsible.
For them, it wasn't.
Well, it's a question of fact
within the club.
Right.
It's a question of fact to be determined. So it's not a matter of everybody has a different opinion.
So what's his next step?
Your next step is obviously to stabilise your injuries, concentrate on your recovery.
I've done that. Yes.
Excellent. Okay. You have a right to claim, which is governed by legislation that lawyers call PIPA, the Personal Injuries Proceedings Act. And there are some very short time frames for giving notices and getting that started. So it's very important that you get some advice from a firm that understands personal injuries claims, because I think the first of those deadlines is 8 months from your injury. So it's pretty important that you get in and get some advice and make sure that you keep your rights alive. They'll have a look at those three parts of your claim: duty of care, breach of that duty, and foreseeable damage. So they'll have a look at those three parts, and they'll give you an assessment of what your prospects are.
Where would I find information as to the firms that would do that?
If you go to Queensland Law Society, 3843 5777, I think it is.
3843
5777. We might get Rob to check that, because
Queensland Law Society phone number.
Good head for numbers, but maybe that's not
and
one.
Maybe if you hang on there, Peter, Rob will give you that number.
They'll give you a list of 3 firms in your area that have expertise in that in that work. Concentrate on your recovery. But make sure you understand what those time limits are and make sure that you meet them.
Peter, you just, we've got the number for you now, actually. You can ring Peter, 1300 367 757. So 1300 367 757, okay?
Right, thank you
All right.
very much.
Good luck with that,
Good
Peter.
luck, Peter.
Thank you very much. God bless.